Hello, everyone, and welcome to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well today. I am doing just fine. Hopefully, everything works. I've been having issues with my caption. My caption plugin is not working as I would like it to. So this person should not exist. TPSNE. This person should not exist. Ah, son of a. This person should not exist. Hold on. I was gonna make the Nightbot. I don't know why you guys got sent to a black screen, I'll be honest with you. At the end of that. I'm still learning. I guess it could like automatically after the end of the timer, maybe it sends you automatically somewhere. But I turned off that feature on my main profile. Since I'm on this profile, it's different. I hope you guys are doing well today, though. I forgot to turn on my Chatterino. Let me finish this up. I took forever. Actually, let me make sure that the stream I was watching is no longer live, so I do not accidentally start hearing that at a certain point. Nope, it looks like they are in fact offline. Good. I mean, not good, but like good that it's not gonna just start playing out of nowhere. Did that say Thursday Night Football? Oh, New England Patriots and the Giants? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I would not lose out on anything. Let's just put it that way. Well, I don't know. They have what, Russell Wilson now as their QB, as their starting QB? Oh, maybe it won't be that bad. Without Mac Jones, though, I don't know who's on the Patriots right now. Oh, I hate. You know what? I'd rather look up the Giants than look up the Patriots. Yeah, Patriots up. I mean, Giants up 14-3. I have no idea who their quarterback is. Hold on, I'm looking this up. Hi, hello. How are y'all doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we're going to be looking at our new game. And by our new game, I mean the game that I have chosen that we're going to play. I think sometime in October, starting early. Because I'm going through it, smile. So I want to take my time on this one. Usually I like to give myself a month to work on it. This time I'm probably going to give myself a little over a month, but we will see. Sorry, I was just going down with my desk. I was standing while I set everything up, which took longer than I expected, to be completely honest with you. Hold on. Why am I on MLB? Who in what world? Let's go 7-2, top of the 8th. We're being the Orioles. Never mind. I care a lot about the MLB. Where is the NFL? NFL. There we go. Oh, Steelers Panthers is the other Thursday night game. Oof. They don't even have an image for the Patriots QB. Yikers. Drake May is still. I thought Drake May was on. Who went to the 49ers? Yeah, Drake May is not. I don't. Drake May. Then who do I think is over on the Niners if it's not Drake May? Oh, he is on the Patriots. Then who the fuck is on the Niners? This is very important. Obviously, a 48ers limo. No, not the 48, 49ers, please. I am so confused. I am so confused. Mac Jones. Mac Jones is the QB. Has Drake May always been a Patriot? This is obviously so important and definitely in this demographic who's interested in football. Apparently Russell Wilson isn't playing though for the Giants. Apparently someone else is getting all those stats. It's apparently a Ben Woolridge is on the Patriots, and they have Jameis Winston and Jackson Dart being a QB right now. So very important for you guys to know. I feel. Let's see. Let me finish adjusting my audio. Sorry, I was doing something in Nightbot, so I didn't want you guys to... I'm still doing something in Nightbot, actually. This person should not exist by Speak the Sky. I'll put that there because I cannot do enters in this. All right, let's do Tpsin. All right. I was thinking of doing my... Oh, my stream health is actually good for once in my life. Hello? Well, will you look at that? My bitrate is always all over the place. Maybe it's because I'm doing literally nothing right now. All right, now that that's up there, I have that there. I actually, nope, that's fine. We can have that there. Okay. My character is still not moving, huh? We're still not... This is what I get for updating my Discord. Honestly, this is on me. What if I come over here? Nope, cancel. What if I come over here? And I start talking over here. Okay. Now if I come back here and I'm talking now, let's go. This is what I get. It's what I get. Okay. I had to do a lot of stuff to get stuff working. So OBS had an update and StreamerBot had an update, both big number updates. We're on update 31.1.2 on OBS, and I'm on update 1.0 on StreamerBot. So like, we out here. We are definitely out here. Now, I'm gonna throw this up here. Actually don't need to keep Firefox open right now, but I will be needing Firefox later, so we'll keep it on. All right, let me go over here. What are the chances I just have a PDF open of this that I could just use? I mean, I do have a PDF. I would have to... Oh my god, what the hell are these things? Oh my god. Oh, okay. I haven't had time to look at all these things, so this is exciting. No. Remove that. Paste duplicate, yes. I know this looks like I'm literally doing nothing. But trust. Okay, there we go. If I move this, now I can move this a little bit better. There we go. Let me tell you, one of the things that this medication is doing to me is that it's making me sweat a lot. I'm sweating a lot. Like, I'm just getting hot. Like, it's like hot flashes. I was a little concerned about it to start with, because I'm like, do I have a... I'm just like, do I have a fever? Oh, hold on. Let me just see something real quick. Okay. That was literally a nothing post I just read. Cool, 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 cool. All right. I can close you. I'm not going to need you today. So today I'm going to talk about a few things. Including what I'm gonna use for this fucking game. And see if you guys have any further suggestions. I know I've talked about it quite a bit. I've talked about this game quite a bit at this point, and I'm sure you guys were getting sick of it, considering I was doing nothing to prep this game. But we're here now. So this game is called This Person Should Not Exist by Speak the Sky. And as the picture would suggest, this is a Where's Waldo or Where's Wally game. So for those of you who may be, I guess, unaware of Where's Waldo or Where's Wally is, I'm sure in other places maybe they call him different names also. I was shooketh to find out that they call him Wally up in what I'm assuming is just the UK in general. But I don't know. I am unsure. I do know that at least in England they call him that. So this is a game by Speak the Sky, who I've been informed likes to do some of these kind of fucky games. These funky ass games. So This Person Should Not Exist. This Person Should Not Exist is a solo one-player artifact making game of surveillance weird horror by Speak the Sky. I was gonna change the music, but I need it. I need something to keep me upbeat right now. Making surveillance weird horror by Speak the Sky. You can find them over on speaktheskyitch.io. And if you guys are interested in this game, This Person Should Not Exist. TPSNE. You could go on in the link in the chat right now. But speakthesky.itch.io, they have a bunch of games from what I've been told. Weird horror by Speak the Sky that uses a Where's Wally book. I'm going to be changing that to Waldo every other time I have to say Where's Wally, just so we're all aware. Kid Kalino wants to collaborate. What if I hit accept and you're not even online? Ignore that, Kalino. That's definitely a way to make an entrance. What happens if I hit preview? What's happening over here? Nothing. My friend's doing nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and decline that just so it gets off of my chat so I can read. Hello? My stream PC isn't even on. It do be like that. It do be like that. Hi, Kalino. How are you? I'm gonna take a drink of water while I'm here. I'm sorry. I hate that it pops up every time. That's so funny, Callan. Sorry, a little piece of ice came through. Hold on, let me move my cup so it's not in the way. You would think I've never streamed before with how I'm acting right now. Okay. I need to redo my stream deck is my issue. I'm okay, just finished working. Welcome home. Hope you're getting some rest. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling this Where's Waldo for the rest of this, just because when I see Where's my N and a W, I think Waldo and not Wally. So just so we all know. That uses a Where's Wally book as an archive of evidence to review and interpret. There are 12 case files in almost every main series. I'm gonna interrupt myself again. Kellen, I saw that you also follow. I was over on Taylor Swift's Instagram today because I was talking to a friend about her new album coming out in October. And it was so funny because me and my friend hang out between 3 and 5 my time. And at 7 p.m. was when Taylor did the podcast to announce her album. So my friend literally missed me freaking the fuck out about this album by 2 hours. I had like everything up because she had that countdown. Well, I mean, maybe you don't know. She had a countdown on her website. And I was like, oh, but yeah, I saw that Callan also followed Taylor Swift, which is why I just made that segue, because I was like, oh, I was not expecting to see you follow Taylor Swift. No particular reason. I just wasn't expecting it. Anyways, there are 12 case files in almost every main series Words Wally book has 12 2-page spreads. Each case file corresponds to one spread. Depending on which book you have and when it was printed, it may not include all of the people and objects to be searched for. Double check the numbers and contents before beginning play. You will need a main series Where's Wally book, ideally with 12 spreads, a thick marker pen that won't wipe off the book's pages for direct annotation. Oh, you're not putting periods at the end of this. I always struggle with knowing whether or not I should put a period at the end of my bullet points. It just feels kind of naked without it, 48 sticky labels, big enough to write medium-length sentences on. An ordinary pen pencil for writing on the labels. Callan, every time I learn something new about you and your childhood, I'm just more and more curious about your childhood. I love that. I love that for you. I may or may not have had a slight obsession with her when I was younger. Look, that's so valid. Fearless debut. Fucking Speak Now. I learned Speak Now. Speak Now, it came out a lot more recently than I thought it did. Let me tell you that right now. Let's see. Is this important? Oh, that's all the way at the bottom, huh? It's gonna mark that as red while we're here. Oh, that's cute. Does that always happen if you look up Taylor Swift? Hold on. Oh, it didn't happen that time. It did like a little boop boop boop. Oh, can I press this and it happen again? Oh, I can. And baby, that's show business for you. That's cute. You guys can't see it because I'm covering you. So sorry. Hold on. I know that looked like I did nothing, but over here, when you click that, you get a bunch of confetti. And then before, there was a thing up here that went up that said, and baby, that's showbiz for you. That's cute. Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking up her albums in the order that they came out. Yeah, the fact that Speak Now coming out in 2010 like makes sense, but also is wild to me. But Fearless, bop. Absolutely album full of bops. Honestly, her debut also full of bops. Speak Now, I'm here for it. And then Red came out before 1989. Red, underrated. And then the OG 1989. We're listening to the Taylor's version of it, her re-recorded. I think the little button is a counter. Yeah, I did see that. It was at like 78 point something. 78 point something million. Dude, let me tell you, I am so tempted to buy this new album. Oh man, I really want to buy the new album, guys. I usually buy the digital version. I usually buy the digital version. But now I really kind of want, with this new album coming out, dude, it's gonna be, oh my, words cannot describe how excited I am for this new album. 12 songs. It's 12 songs, everyone. 12 songs. Did it with Max Martin. And I cannot believe I still can't remember this man's first name. Something Shellback. I've been fighting for my life all day trying to remember the name of that song. Or the name of that producer. It's something Shell. What if I just look up Shellback? You think it'll just come out? Oh, is it just Shellback? Do you just go by Shellback? Oh, thank God. There's a good reason I didn't know his first name, because he doesn't have one. So Max Martin and Shellback are going to be have worked on this album, collaborated with Taylor Swift. And Max Martin and Shellback are the OG pop girlies. They are the ones who just do, well, maybe not Shellback, but Max Martin is. And when they worked with her on songs between 1989 and Reputation, they're bops. The music they've worked on is crazy. I think they even worked on some songs on Red. But this is an entire album about that. It's going to be a tight 12, and I am so excited for it. She is selling a vinyl, several vinyl variants. She's selling a cassette. Remember those? And a CD. Oh, I was seeing if this thing I had I have a mix. I have a box essentially that is both a speaker, it is a record player, it is a radio, and it is also a CD player. I wouldn't put it past it to also have been a cassette player. But like, here's the thing about Taylor Swift. I'm gonna want to buy this, and then she's gonna come out with another version of this with more stuff on it. And I'm gonna be like, son of a bitch. And quite honestly, I will more often listen to something digitally than I ever will with physical media. So it is simply yeah, it's simply gonna be a problem. The thing that was, let me tell you, before earlier, it was very tempting because she had a bunch of like she had different versions of them and they had like different pictures in them. It's real tempting, let me tell you. Real tempting. I was gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna, because I'm practicing self-restraint. Unlike Wally over here. So, oh, I should have looked at this earlier. Let me tell you, I struggled so hard. Oh my God. I struggled so hard to find the fonts to use for the promo image for the stream. I'm fighting for my life, let me tell you. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to make sure that was all on. My mission is you are an analyst for a secretive organization engaged in the detection, study, containment, and destruction of occult threats to humanity. You have been assigned to the case of the man who should not exist, a person-shaped entity that we believe is conducting rituals in service of a greater being of terrible power. They use or are assisted by a number of entities of power that may have their own goals or purposes independent of the MWSNE, the man who should not exist. Your task is to review and annotate key images from this case, photographs or video stills taken moments before critical events, as represented by spreads from a Where's Waldo book. The scenes from the book will provide inspiration for your actions and answers. You will be instructed to add labels, notes, and drawings to the case files. As such, you are advised either to play this game only once or to make copies of the pages of your book for personal use and alter those instead. Again, we are probably going to do this digitally. I haven't counted out doing it in person or like on video. I just don't know. I just don't think it, because it's going to be a lot of writing, you know? And whenever there's a lot of writing, even though I'm right-handed, I'm still going to be covering a lot of the screen. Also, my handwriting's not the neatest, so like even if I were writing it, I don't think you guys would understand what it says. It's my let me rephrase that. My writing is legible, but because I don't write with my hands very often with a pen and paper, my it's not as neat as it used to be. Let's just put it that way. I've never had the prettiest handwriting, but boy oh boy, has it not improved without practice. So I believe I am instead just going to do I believe I am just going to do it digitally, and I think that will help. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about like the difference between, I think it'll just be better from like from a you guys perspective. I think it'll just be better. Let me know also if the music's too loud. I want it loud in my ears, but I don't want it loud in your ears. Yeah, because like I understand that part of like the thrill is not being able to like zoom in, so you can't see as well, and that's what makes finding things harder. But I don't think necessarily it makes it easier to zoom in, because I feel it might be easier to lose your spot. Yeah, I don't think we'd lose much from doing it. I would just need a program that would let me like zoom in and out and everything zooms in and out, or lets me like pan side to side and everything pan side to side, and doesn't just leave the image behind, the Where's Waldo thing behind. You'll see why as I read more. Make copies, alter those instead. So step 1, threat location. Place a label over the existing text on the image and copy the case file's notes to the label. Locate the man who should not exist. Circle him. Write a prayer. What existing text exists on a Where's Waldo? I thought it was just a big old spread. Is it not a big old spread? You know what? While we're here, I might as well look it up. We're here. This is why we're here. We're here just, this is research time. We're sitting here, we're doing research. We are learning. Where's Waldo? Let's see, images. Oh my. Some of these images are crazy. Oh, does it give you like a little thing like on each of the images, it gives you like a little rundown of where you are. I haven't done anything with like an actual Where's Waldo book since I was in grade school at the latest. Like, it's been a long time since the last time I looked at a Where's Waldo's book. Okay, so it kind of looks like there is like a thing on this on each page that gives you a like a rundown of where you are. Okay, so that's what they mean. They want you to like cover that up. All right, and copy the case file's notes to that label. I see. Okay, so we're gonna create our own labels for each of these. Gotcha. Okay. Locate the man who should not exist. Circle him. Write a prayer. So our very first thing we're gonna have to do is literally find Waldo. Step one, find objective of the game, find Waldo. Then once we find him, we must circle him and then we write a prayer around him, as seen in figure 1 over here. Or your best equivalent around the circle. Once used, a prayer is sapped. Each prayer must be different. Note, it is mostly safe to look directly at him here because the image you see is not his true form. Which, let me tell you, terrifying little snippet there, but I like it because it makes it scary. So, you circle him and then you write a prayer there to, you know, capture him. And they give like an actual Christian prayer on here. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, in him I will trust. Do that. Personally, I don't know any prayers. I don't know any of them, and I don't even think I would feel comfortable using a real prayer, because I know people take those pretty seriously. So, from any of the religions, so I am simply gonna make something up as we go. We are gonna go with my best equivalent of a prayer. Let's see. Step 2, EOP triangulation. Next, locate the 9 entities of power, aka the EOPs. Circle them. Each time you locate 3 EOPs, draw lines between them to form a triangle. With the EOPs at the corner, see figure 2, you should end step 2 with 3 separate, but potentially overlapping, triangles. See notes on back for details on EOPs. Okay, I see. They're just describing what a triangle is. So these are some of the entities of power that we're gonna look for, and we're gonna circle them, then draw lines between them every time we have found a third one. So we will circle them, then wait until we find the other ones, and then draw lines to create a little triangle. I didn't know that they were like items that existed in many of the Where's Waldo pages. I didn't realize that there were like secondary objectives you could look for. Again, haven't played since I was a kid, so how would I know, right? Even if I knew then, I wouldn't remember now. So yeah, this is our next to this, to our left of this, you can see the images. It looks like some binoculars, an old school key, and a hat and a cane, maybe? All right, step 3, POI annotation. Each case file concerns a type of persons of interest, POIs. Each triangle contains 1 POI. Oh, so to move on from step 2, step 3 is a part of that. Consult the case file notes. Locate each person of interest and apply a label nearby. Annotate with a code name and answer the case file's questions for that POI. Include one entity of power from the triangle in the answer. So as you can see over here in figure 3 to the right of where I'm highlighting, we have our 3 items or 3 entities of power that we saw above. Then in the middle of them is going to be a person of interest. So we're gonna look at our case file notes, and I'm sure there's some sort of like clue as to what we should probably be looking for. And then I just realized I can't see the bottom of my OBS. That's where all the important information is. That's how I know if I'm offline or not. Let me just move that real quick. Then we circle that person of interest or persons of interest, and then we create a label where we provide them a code name and answer the case file's question for that person of interest. Okay, include one entity of power from the triangle in the answer. So whatever their involvement with this was, we are going to attach one of these items to them in answering the case file's question for that. Addendum, kill signs. The man who should not exist contaminates places, objects, and people. More contamination with kill signs. In human cases, obscure the head or face, see figure 4. Otherwise, draw a rectangular kill zone border, see figure 5, around the unsafe area. Collateral damage is an unfortunately common necessity. There is nothing to be done. Do your job. So we see over here, next to where my highlight is, we see an image over here of somebody in a striped shirt. And then over next to them, you see that they're same picture, except now we have circled where their head is and we have obscured it. They have circled in that circle, filled in that circle to the best of their ability. And it says child in red striped jumper is contaminated. Child in blue striped jumper is safe. Okay, so I assume that the person with the thing on their head is wearing a red striped jumper and the one in the blue is okay. I'm assuming the red striped jumper because they are contaminated by the man who should not exist. And if there are many of them in a zone, draw the rectangle, the kill zone border. I find it interesting that they went through great efforts, Speak the Sky went through great efforts to explain how a triangle works, but did not specify what they meant by contamination. Maybe they are suggesting here that you should decide what the contamination is. I'm unsure. Maybe later we'll find out what the contamination is. Or maybe in the case file it'll say something. I don't know. Here we are in the case files. There's 1, 2. Sorry, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Each one has a different name to it. Right? Yeah, case files 1 through 6, and then case files 7 through 12. So the founders of our institution, what tragedy did each one suffer soon after, prefigured by nearby events here? So that is the question we have to answer. What tragedy did each one suffer soon after, prefigured by nearby events here? Then 2, we have mass casualty event number 1. Witness who survived direct visual exposure to the man who should not exist. What unique methods do we use to ensure each one remains medically stable? 3, ritual observation number 1. Unwitting human accomplices of MWSNE, the man who should not exist. What unusual but harmless action did they believe they were taking during the ritual? Ooh, 4, mass casualty event number 2. And this, by the way, is what we're writing on the label when we open the book for the first time. Here where it says place a label over existing text on the image and copy the case file's notes on that label. This is what we're going to be copying on there. So these are going to be like pre-made stickers essentially that we'll just resize to fit the location where we got to cover. Witnesses who mass casualty event number 2, witnesses who would later attempt to breach our veil of secrecy around the man who should not exist. How did we finally silence each one? Ooh. 5, ritual observation number 2, people who have only been seen in recorded media since this date. Where was each person last seen doing what? Halted ritual number 1. Agents who give Hold on. I just got fucking yanked, or by I got yanked. I yanked on my headphones so hard there. I pulled them out of my ear. Okay. I didn't realize that I had it hooked on the arm of my chair, my computer chair, and I was moving side to side and I fucking yanked that right out of my ear. All right, agents give posthumous awards in absentia for acts of bravery during this operation. Why couldn't we retrieve their bodies? Ooh. Case file 7 through 12. Containment attempt number 1. On our on the ground mission observers, what were their final transitions to headquarters? Ritual observation 3. Human acolytes of the man who should not exist. How did each react when armed agents apprehended them shortly after the image was taken? 9, first contact. Agents who were spoken to directly by the man who should not exist. What warning or command did he give them regarding events from which previous case files? Interesting. Mass casualty event number 3. The only known survivors. Oh. But I thought we had them, and didn't these other guys survive? And they're medically stable now? What visions of prior case files did each later claim to have seen during private counseling? What visions of prior case files? Ooh. Containment attempt number 2. Double agents in our ranks who foiled this attempt from the inside. How did they escape our combat task forces? Halted ritual number 2, the final entry. Human agents of cosmic entities who halted the ritual when our own agents failed. How did the identities of their masters change all we knew about the man who should not exist? Spicy. Next, we have notes on the entities of power. Again, these are the items that we will be looking at also, circling and then putting a little line through them. I would like to know, I don't own any Where's Waldo books. I'm going to have to buy them for this game. So I will be looking specifically for the books where I can get all 9 of these. I'm sure it tells me which ones don't exist here, but I'm going to make sure I find those. Next we have notes on entities of power, codename. Eigengrau, which are some sunglasses with a little mustache, plagued by and infatuated with the man who should not exist. We have this hat with a cane or something in it. Codename Methuselah, immortal scientist who works by alien ethics. Interesting. Next one is a pair of glasses with like little dots on the top left corners. Or I guess our right, the glasses is left. That makes it look like it's like side-eyeing someone over there on their left, our right. Codename Mirrormind uses imperfect imitation to torture enemies. Oh, okay. This next one looks like, I think, a scarf, a striped scarf of some sort. Codename Weeper induces visions of tragedy, waits for its master. Terrifying. Next one is a picture of a bone. The first broken bone. Marrow grants ancient wisdom and hatred. The next one are some binoculars. The bleakest eye sees invisible nightmare colossi in our reality. Hate that. The next one is an old-timey key called the skeleton key. Codename. Oh no, only the first 4 have code names. The last 5 do not. Okay, the skeleton key unlocks the prison embedded in the cosmos' skull. Hate that. Don't know what that means. The brute auger is an image of some sort of handheld camera made of Hammurabi's brain, highly radioactive. Okay, sure, why not? Yeah, sure. The Library of Sin is a scroll with a little bow on it. It does a full record of every possible and actual act of evil. Shit's wild, bro. And this is it. This is the end. I'm gonna go ahead and click my own link real quick. Oh, okay. It tells me over here, but not in the book. Okay, fair enough. So on the itch.io page. Well, before I do that, let me just oh, there's multiple. Oh boy. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. This is a zine where you could like print it out and cut it and fold it so it becomes a little booklet. That's cute. I don't need that, but that's cute. I'm just looking very quickly to see if one of these comes in color or if they are all like this. Yes, so like this one is something you would print out and make a little booklet out of it. I'm not gonna do that because we have our own thing going on. Oh, you guys could see everything I was saying. Oh yeah, so you guys know now. The little print instructions. This is a cute little image. All right. So there is no color version. It just, I have to use my imagination that one is red and one is blue. Which is fine. And that these are red. I'm assuming this is a red. These are red items. We'll find out when I have to do it for the first time. Okay. Oh, right. I wanted to tell you guys about what they wrote, and I immediately exited out of that page. That's on me. Let's do this. So as you can see here, they have an example of how you fold it and stuff like that, along with images about, you know, basically the entire game, except the cases. So warning, pre-1997 editions of the first few books do not include all the entities of power. In 1997, the artist Martin Handford updated books 1 through 3 to include all of the characters and lost items found in book 4 onwards, with a little asterisks. Some previous printings may include some, but not all of the characters and lost items. The updates were originally published as 10th anniversary editions, but should apply to all printings after 1997 as well. This applies to the following books in all printings before 1997. Original print dates back in brackets. So nothing before 1997, but apparently Where's Wally, Where's Wally Now, and Where's Wally the Fantastic Journey, which came out in 87, 88, and 89, all okay. We have Where's Wally, Martin Handford. Oh, so it's Where's Wally, but in the US and Canada, it's called Where's Waldo. Interesting. Okay. So there is a special 10th anniversary version. The location of Wally has changed in each picture. Additional characters were added for the reader to find, such as Wolf, Wizard, Whitebeard, Wenda, Oddlaw, and the Wally Watchers, and others. Don't know what that means. Oh, wow. The Wally series is evocative of an earlier children's book titled Where's Wallace by Hilary Knight, in which a red-headed orangutan escapes from the zoo and hides in highly detailed picture panoramas, including a beach, department store, circus, stadium, and museum. Oh, the more you know. Oh, yeah, that's funny. There is apparently a topless woman who could be seen sunbathing in the upper right corner of On the Beach scene of the original Where's Wally book. That's very funny and explains why I could never find the first book. Okay, Where's Wally Now in the Fantastic Journey? How many books do you think there are of Where's Waldo? Because it suggests that there's many of these books. Here we go. Oh, it tells me about the character. Wow, okay. There's an entire universe that exists in these books, apparently. Wally, whose name was localized for certain international editions, for example, Waldo in North American and Swedish editions. Oh, then why would you call out North America, US and Canada when the Swedes also called them Waldo? Over time, more characters were added to find in each scene. Wilma, Wally's girlfriend who first appeared in the Ultimate Fun book, was replaced by her identical twin sister, Wenda, after they appeared together in Where's Wally, the Magnificent Poster book. Hello? Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean she was replaced? Is Waldo a fucking dog? What the hell? Wenda, a friend of Wally, who replaced her twin sister Wilma in Hollywood, although she previously appeared alongside Wilma in the Magnificent Poster book. So you were telling me there's beef between Wenda and Wilma, and apparently is a friend to Wally? but she's replacing her twin sister Wilma. Hello? Oddlaw, Wally's arch enemy, who made his print debut in The Magnificent Poster Book. Wow, The Magnificent Poster Book apparently had some drama happen in it. Who made his print debut in The Magnificent Poster Book. He appears nearly the same. Sorry, I'm trying to see how I can best do this so you guys can still see. Go. Get a little bit more headroom up there. Okay. Oddlaw, Wally's arch enemy, who made his print debut in The Magnificent Poster Book. He appears nearly the same as Wally, except that his clothes are yellow and black striped instead of red and white. That's very Flash coded. The Flash coded. That's a big Eobard Thawne versus Wally West energy here. His glasses have a blue tint to them, and he has a mustache. Oh, he also has a British accent in the television series. There's a television series? What? Where's Wally? Where's Waldo in North America is an animated television series produced based off of the Where's Wally books by Martin Handford and aired on CBS in the US and in the United Kingdom for 1 season, with a series of 4 episodes being released straight to video following afterwards. Excuse me. What? The plot shows the adventures of Wally/Waldo and his dog Woof, who were already established stars of the Where's Wally picture book series. The cartoon of Where's Waldo went beyond the book's original concept, giving the characters depth and giving reasons for their adventures. Wally/Waldo and his dog Woof travel to distant lands, solving mysteries, lending a helping hand wherever they could. With the help of his magic walking stick, Wally/Waldo could travel through space and time or travel to far-off magical lands, often sent by Wizard Whitebeard to help solve a puzzle or mysteries. Where's Waldo was a half-hour puzzle of clues and riddles. The evil Waldo lookalike Oddlaw, which is Waldo backwards, by the way, was the show's villain, constantly plotting to steal Waldo's magic stick. In each episode, Oddlaw would team up with other villains from far-off lands to help get the magic stick, while Waldo and Woof teamed up with other lands' good guys to help with their problems. Waldo stayed true to the book's premise by means of the Waldo's Minutes, during which the screen froze for a full minute so the viewers at home could try to find Wally/Waldo. I like that we just gave up on going Wally/Waldo and just have chosen to either call him Waldo or Wally. This kind of segment aired twice per episode. It's a 25-minute show. It's a 25-minute show, and we spent 2 of them looking for okay, sure. Characters by Townsend Coleman. The fact that Townsend is still a name. This man has a first name and a last name. Or has two last names, I think. Townsend, I think, is a last name. In some cases. Wally is the star of Where's Wally series. The character is known for his distinct wardrobe of a red and white striped shirt, blue jeans, brown boots, red and white striped socks, glasses, and his red and white bobbled hat. He has traveled all over the world, through time, and to distant magical lands. Waldo is not the only one like him. He comes from the land of Waldos. Oh my god. What? Which is a land filled with Waldos just like him? Hello? Waldo is always ready for an adventure with his walking stick in hand and trusty dog Woof by his side. His favorite hobbies are reading and collecting things from his many travels. The character's age is unknown. His height is described as tall-ish and weight as lightish. Wally is very good-natured and has an optimistic attitude, often being seen with a smile on his face. Waldo first appeared in 1987 in the book Where's Wally? Over the years, Wally's appearance changed only slightly. What do you mean? He comes from a land of Waldos. Wait, I'm not over this. Hello? He's comes from a land of Waldos, which is a land filled with Waldos just like him. I'm dumbfounded at this moment. Fam, I am blown away right now. What do we mean? Hold on. I'm just gonna do a quick little something. What is it? This man should not exist? This person should exist. This person should not exist. Hold on, I came up. This person should not exist. Speak the sky. Am I gonna have to make a Where's Waldo emote after this? I think I might have to make a Where's Waldo emote after this. Hey, Lady Luck, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope y'all are doing well on this day. Hi, Springleaf. Hello, Lady Luck. Hello. I hope you guys are well. Welcome in. Hi, I'm PB from at PB Plays Inside, which is here right now. After so many times saying it, it just comes out. All is one. Hi, today I'm here. We're doing game prep for a game called This Person Should Not Exist by Speak the Sky, which is a game about, hold on, I still don't have this acronym down. This person should not exist. Oh, hi, I'm PB. I use she, her, she, they pronouns. We're doing, so I'm thrown right the hell off because I just learned that Waldo comes from a place called Land of Waldos, where it's a land filled of Waldos like himself, which is blowing my mind. So sorry. So I'm doing some prep for a game called This Person Should Not Exist, which is a solo TTRPG in which you take a Where's Waldo book and you go through a series of steps to prevent to figure out what happened in that spread. Because Where's Waldo in this case is an entity of great evil. and we believe that they are in service of a much more terrible power. So we are trying to figure out who they are, what they do, and how to stop them, because there have been many a tragedy when the man who should not exist has been cited. And also, Waldo is serving an eldritch being. You look, after what I've read, I'm doing research right now about Where's Waldo. Not only is there apparently maybe some relationship drama going on in that series, but I've also learned that he travels around with his dog using a magical stick that lets him go through time and space, and in anywhere else, at will. And he comes from a place called the Land of Waldos, where everyone is just like him. So I am really starting to understand why maybe this game came to exist. If they also read this Wikipedia page I'm going through, I understand. And I can definitely see, because apparently he works, Where's Waldo will sometimes go and solve things for this wizard friend of his, which I can only assume either also looks like Waldo or is from a different time and place that he visits, and has to solve the puzzle and riddles. I'm being blown away. We're reading through that right now. We just read through this entire like 5-page this quick 5-page game. But yeah, so you have to find Waldo. You have to find these items that are apparently in each spread of Where's Waldo, which I didn't know. But there are 9 of them that you need to find. Then you circle them, then you create a little triangulation around them. And then in the middle of them, you find a person of interest. And then you, as compared to what the case file is, each case file has a question. So for example, in the first known sighting, there are 12 case files, one for each spread. We have what tragedy did each one suffer soon after, prefigured by nearby events here. So the spread we're looking at of Where's Waldo is a snapshot right before something terrible happened, basically. It's like right before the terrible thing happened, we are trying to figure out what what happened and writing a case file about it. So yeah, that's basically the game in a nutshell. Really short game. It's pay what you want over on itch.io if you would like to see more. Again, this is This Person Should Not Exist, which is a solo 1-player artifact making game of surveillance weird horror I Speak the Sky, using a Where's Wally book, or Where's Waldo book, depending on your geolocation, as an archive of evidence, review, and interpret. And they say, and you're going to be writing, if you play this game with the book, and don't scan it or anything to do it digitally, you're going to be writing in the book. There's going to be a lot of writing one does in this thing. But let me just catch you up on what I've found out and why I've fallen into this rabbit hole we're going through right now. So I found out Wally, whose name is either Waldo or Wally, depending on where you're from. It's Waldo in North America and Sweden, and apparently everywhere else is Wally. And I found out that I haven't played a Where's Waldo book since grade school. So like, I don't know any of this, and I'm learning so much. So apparently, Wally, who is the main character, right? That's Waldo. We have Wilma, who's Waldo's girlfriend, who first appeared in the Ultimate Fun book and was replaced by her identical sister, Wenda, after they appeared together in Where's Wally, the Magnificent Poster book. What do they mean by replace? I'm not sure, but when we go on to Wenda's entry, a friend of Wally who replaced her twin sister Wilma in Hollywood, although she previously appeared alongside Wilma in the Magnificent Poster book. So some drama happened between the Magnificent Poster book and in Hollywood. But like a friend of Wally? I think not. I think Wally might be a dog. I don't know. We have to find out. But then I found out that there's Oddlaw, Waldo backwards, who is Wally's arch enemy, who made his print debut in the Magnificent Poster book. Is there some drama between Wilma, Wenda, and Adla in this Magnificent Poster book? That's all I'm saying. He appears nearly the same as Wally, except that his clothes are yellow and black striped instead of red and white. His glasses have a blue tint to them, and he has a mustache. He also has a British accent in the television series. And that's where I had to stop, because what do you mean that there's a television series about Where's Waldo? Let me finish this, because I didn't finish it the first time. Although it is told that his bad deeds are many, he is not depicted in the books doing anything particularly nasty. But in the television series, he is frequently seen attempting to steal Wally's magical walking stick. His name, Adla, is simply a reversal of Waldo from the American editions, although he's still called Adla in the United Kingdom as well. Imagine his name was, what would it be? Yellow? So I obviously had to go see what this TV show was. And apparently this TV show only had 4 episodes. It was on CBS in the US. I don't know what year. Oh, and I think it came out in 2019. Hello? Oh, there's 13 episodes. Oh, 4 specials. 13 episodes, 4 specials. And most of them, if they weren't on, it's only 1 season long, and everything else was straight to video. But that's neither here nor there. The plot is following Waldo and his dog Woof on their adventures. So Wally and Waldo and his dog Woof travel to distant lands, solving mysteries and lending a helping hand wherever they could. Hold on, I'll turn that off so you guys can hear. I need the music to keep my mood up, but like, you guys don't need to hear it, I guess. With the help of his magic walking stick, which I didn't even realize he had a magic walking stick, to be honest with you, Waldo could travel through space and time, or travel to far off magical lands. Like, first of all, what does that mean? What do you mean that he travels through space, time, or travels far off to magical lands, far off magical lands? How does he even know there's a far off magical land? But apparently he's often sent by Wizard Whitebeard to help solve a puzzle or mysteries. Where's Waldo? Was a half-hour puzzle of clues and riddles. The evil Waldo lookalike, Adla, was the show's villain, constantly plotting to steal Waldo's magic stick. In each episode, Adla would team up with the other villains from far off lands to help get the magic stick, while Waldo and Woof teamed up with the other land's good guys to help with their problems. Waldo stayed true to the book's premise by means of Waldo's Minutes, during which screen froze for a full minute so the viewers at home could try and find Wally. This kind of segment aired twice per episode. This is a 25-minute episode, by the way. So the characters, now this is where things start getting even more interesting, right? So we have Waldo. Wally is the star of Where's Wally series. The character is known for his distinct wardrobe of red and white striped shirt, blue jeans, brown boots, red and white striped socks, glasses, and his red and white bobbled hat. He has traveled all over the world through time and to distant magical lands. Waldo is not the only one like him. He comes from the land of Waldos, which is a land filled with Waldos just like him. Waldo is we just go straight past that, by the way, in here. That is just a little side note, like a little fun fact. Waldo is always ready for an adventure with his walking stick in hand, and trusty dog Woof by his side. His favorite hobbies are reading and collecting things from his many travels. The character's age is unknown, and his height is described as tallish and weight as lightish. Wally is good-natured and has an optimistic attitude, often being seen with a smile on his face. Waldo first appeared in 1987 in the book Where's Wally? Over the years, Wally's appearance changed only slightly. What do you mean, voice? Don't you dare tell me that Woof talks in this. Don't you look me in the eye right now and tell me that Woof talks. Don't do this to me. What do you mean voiced by? This better be voiced by as in he just goes woof. Woof is Wally's dog, and good friend. Wolf originally belonged to Wilma, but over the years it became Waldo's dog. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wilma the girlfriend? Are you telling me that Wally not only cheated on Wilma with her twin sister Wenda, but also took her fucking dog? Yo, what the fuck, Wally? What is this? Wolf originally belonged to Wilma, but over the years became Waldo's dog. Wolf comes from the land of wolves? Oh my god, which is a land full of dogs like him. Like his owner, Wolf sports a red and white bobbled hat, glasses, and a red and white striped suit. Wolf sets off with Waldo on his travels with his bone, but always seems to lose it. Wolf is shy and easily scared, but gets so scared at many of the places he travels to that he hides, leaving only his tail showing. In classic Waldo books, only Wolf's tail can be spotted. Wolf first appeared in Where's Waldo Ultimate Fun Edition book, and that's when Wilma also first appeared. How much time is there between the Ultimate Fun book and the Magnificent Poster book? Because I have so many questions about this timeline, and Waldo apparently being the absolute fucking worst. Also, like, how do I know that Wally and Wolf are the same people and not just different Wallys and Waldos? How do I know that they're not a hive mind, you know? Because by the fact that they are all the same, it leads me to believe that that's a hive mind. Look, I feel like if you look too much into this, you start getting why maybe there's a series about eldritch beings and SCPs. Wizard Whitebeard, voiced by Brad Garrett, impersonating Rodney Dangerfield. What? The magical, fun-loving, humorous Wizard Whitebeard often visits Waldo with one of his many magic scrolls, something he always ends up losing. I'm now seeing where these entities of power are coming up. Wizard Whitebeard is recognizable by his long white beard, red robe, blue hat, bare feet, and carries a striped staff with him like Wally does with his walking stick. Whitebeard is the one with the magic that allows Waldo and his friends to travel to all the magical and far-off lands. While there are rumors stating that he is the father of Wenda, these have not been confirmed and are not considered canon. Wizard Whitebeard first appeared in 1989 in the book Where's Waldo? The Fantastic Journey. Hello? Okay, so so you're telling me that Wizard Whitebeard came to the land of Waldos, gave one of the many Waldos a magic stick and told them, hey, I need you to do some shit for me. But in a funny way, right? Because he's impersonating Rodney Dangerfield and being magic and fun loving. And Wizard Whitebeard uses magic scrolls to travel to visit Waldo in the land of Waldos. And then Waldo, goes to the land of wolves and gets Wolf, and then goes off to, which I'm not convinced either of them are not hive minds, or hive worlds. And then, so he's sponsoring Waldo and his friends to travel, including Wolf, and his friend Wenda and Wilma, who I'm assuming, if this is from a land of Waldos. What do you mean you have a girlfriend named Wilma? Where did Wilma come from? Is she from one of these other worlds? Did you kidnap Wilma and Wenda and bring them to the land of Waldos? Or does Waldo... No, because it says that Waldo always leaves. Oh my god, hold on. I need to go back up. Okay, so he doesn't necessarily return to the land of Waldos. It just says that he's traveled all over the world. I just assumed he would return back to his home, but maybe he lives with Wilma and Wenda in the world where it's not all Waldos and Woofs. And apparently Wizard Whitebeard might be their father. So do Wilma and Wenda come from the same place that the Wizard Whitebeard comes from, and that's why they're not freaked out by Waldo going through time and space? And possibly also when he tells them that he comes from a land of Waldos and Woof comes from a land of Woofs. Oddlaw, voiced by Julian Holloway. Oddlaw is the villain of Where's Waldo series. He is mean, nasty, loathsome, disgusting. His number of good deeds are few, and all he cares about is getting his hands on Waldo's magic walking stick. His wardrobe includes a black and yellow striped shirt, black jeans, boots, dark glasses, yellow and black bobbled hat, and a slick mustache. Oddlaw seems to be something of an evil twin to Waldo. So does the existence of Oddlaw also suggest the existence of the land of Oddlaws? And is later confirmed by the revelation that he comes from Oddlaw Swamp, where hundreds of other Oddlaws live, which is a parallel to the land of Waldos. Oddlaw can be really... So there's a land of Waldos and Oddlaw Swamp. Like, why we gotta do my boy Oddlaw like that? Like, what's up with that? I just have some questions. Oddlaw can be really clumsy, so he always ends up getting hurt. Oddlaw's name comes from Waldo spelled backward. He first appeared in 1991 in the book Where's Wally, the Magnificent Poster Book, where his role was like an anti-Waldo. So you're telling me... Okay, so wait, no, I need to get some of these. I feel like we know that. Okay, so we met Wilma, Wenda, and Oddlaw in the Magnificent Poster Book, as far as I know, because Woof came earlier than that, I'm assuming. And then we have Wenda. Wilma's not in the show? Is this a show? Are you telling me Wilma's not in the show? Wait, hold on. Waldo, Woof, Wizard Whitebeard, Oddlaw. Oh my god, Wenda's in the show and not Wilma. Wenda is Waldo's best friend. The character is the one who takes the pictures, according to the intro of the Wonder Book, but she always loses her camera. Wenda was featured in the Where's Waldo television series in the episode The Living Exhibit. She first appeared in 1991 in Where's Waldo, the Magnificent Poster Book, along with her twin sister Wilma, who, however, has not been seen since. What? What do you mean she's not been seen since? Then how is she Wally's girlfriend? What did you do to your sister, Wenda? Wenda's wardrobe includes a red and white striped shirt, blue skirt, red and white striped stockings, glasses, and red and white bobble hat. This is nefarious. What I'm reading here, nefarious. I'm flabbergasted. Justice for Wilma, bro. What happened? Oh my god. Okay, let's continue on with just the characters and not the ones in the show. Woof, Wally's dog, first appeared in the Ultimate Fun Book, where he was identified as Wenda's dog. Wait. Wenda's dog? But you said you were Wilma's dog. Did we not say... Was that in the TV show that you're Wilma's dog? Okay, so in the series, it was Wilma's dog. But you don't even have a Wilma on the show. What do you mean? Am I going to have to find the show and watch it so I can get an accurate lore about these books? So apparently, Wolf originally was Wilma's in the show, but it slowly became Waldo's dog. However, in this in the books, was Wenda's dog. Wally, but then became Wally's dog. How did Wenda get a dog from the land of wolves? Oh, I'm just gonna keep on going. First appeared in the Ultimate Fun book, where he was identified as Wenda's dog. Only his tail can be found, with the exception of the final page of Where's Wally, the Wonder Book, which depicts all of Woof. And the 6 activity books released between 1993 and 1995, starting with the truly terrific activity book, where Woof shows himself to the reader. In the 2019 series, Woof returns in the episode A Wanderer's Christmas in the 2nd season. There's a 2nd season? Wait. I thought you said there was only 1 season of this. Yeah, it isn't released September 14th through December 14th, 1991. Are you telling me this is a different series? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So this is the 2nd version of the 1991 animated series, but with a modern look to it. It debuted on Universal Kids in 2019, and then it moved to Peacock for the 2nd season in 2020. And then additional episodes of the series aired on December 11th of the same year of 2020. Okay, then so this had 2 seasons. This had 2 seasons and 40 episodes. How have I never heard of it? It's because I don't know any children. The series follows young members of the Worldwide Wanderer Society. What? Waldo and Wenda, who are sent to travel by their wizard friend, Wizard Whitebeard. Dude, what happened to Wilma, bro? Their arch enemy, Oddlulu. Hello? What do you mean? Oddlulu? What is... We're Delulu. What? What was wrong with Oddlaw? I thought that was a good name. It's like Oswald. But causes them for Oddlulu. Oh my god. Causes them trouble in their attempts to earn stripes and become wizard level wanderers. Excuse me? I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my god, you don't even tell me about the characters. Okay, so apparently in this, Waldo is a 12-year-old wanderer and the titular main protagonist in training. Then Wenda, a junior level wanderer and Waldo's best friend. Unlike her previous incarnations, she is dark-skinned and does not wear glasses. She also has a different outfit design. Okay, I thought you were about to tell me that that Wenda comes back to life often. I was concerned. We have Oddlulu. King, I hate this. An anti-wanderer and the main antagonist, who is gender bend, is a gender bend version of Oddlaw. Okay, she is Waldo and Wanda's arch nemesis. Then we have Wizard Whitebeard, a wizard level wanderer, and I would hope so with a name like Wizard, and a mentor to Waldo and Wenda. Then we have... So Oddlulu has a ferret who is also an henchman. Okay. There are so many characters in this. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, so we start off in Beijing. Okay, wow, all of these have different locations. Okay. Fucking, what in the... And the Cameron San Diego, what is this? So Waldo and Wenda head to China at Beijing's Lunar New Year in order to get the unfreeze key for Wizard Whitebeard, but Oddlulu and Fritz obtain the magic key, which animates a stone dragon. The Wanderers then team up with young drummers Li and Liu to tame the dragon and save the celebration. Okay. Wanderer key. Unfreeze key. Okay. Then, upon gaining a magical shrinking key, Oddlulu sets her sights on winning the Tour de France. Okay, Odd Lulu. That's not suspicious at all. Waldo and Wenda end up helping racer Jacques after Odd Lulu shrinks his and everyone else's bikes. Oh, you get the teeny tiny key in that one. Okay. Then landing in Istanbul, Waldo and Wenda meet up with fellow wanderer Yasmin and discover that their rug is a map to a magic doubling key. When Lulu and Fritz learn of the treasure map, the wanderers must race to find it before the two bad guys do. And you get the key, the doubling key. Okay, then when Lulu challenges the wanderers to win the best chili along with the magical key at an annual chili cook-off in New Mexico, Whitebeard pulls out his family recipe to save the day. What do you mean Wizard Whitebeard has a family chili? There's no shot. There's not a singular shot that Wizard Whitebeard has a family recipe for some chili. Unless these people are American, I doubt it. The only problem is that they don't have the most important ingredient, the ghost pepper. Who is putting a ghost pepper in their chili? Give me their names right now. You get the pepper key on this one. I hate that. Wizard Wavy Beard. Fuck out of here. Wizard Wavy Beard has lost the wave key, leading Waldo and Wenda to go to Tahiti. When Lulu steals Waybeard's surfboard and... When Lulu steals Wavy Beard's surfboard and the magic key in order to win the local surf competition, the Wanderers have to beat Lulu and Fritz by getting his surfboard and key back from them. You get the wave key for this one. When the watering hole at a Zimbabwean animal park dries up, oh no, the Wanderers grab a rain production weather key and arrive to save the animals. Fritz, however, steals the key from Waldo and Lulu so she can be a mother nature like goddess. So the Wanderers form an alliance with fellow wanderer Anesu on a wild chase through rain, fog, and snow to get the key back from her and save the animals. Wanderer key, weather key. When Wizard Whitebeard attempts to magically enhance his voice for a singing duet with an old wizard friend, he accidentally switches bodies with Arf, forcing Waldo and Wenda to undo the mistake before it's too late. The body switch key with Tara Platt as the hostess. Phenomenal. Waldo and Wenda head to Costa Rica and team up with the wizard Featherbeard to stop Lulu from using the color key to steal all colors in the forest, including plants and animals. Wanderer key, color key. I just can't help and feel like maybe we didn't have to make this a Where's Waldo series. That's just, I think, me. Arf gets a chance to run with sled dogs when he travels with Waldo and Wenda to wintry northern Yukon. Wait, is his name Arf now and not Woof? There's a Santa Claus in this? No, there's a Woof. And then Bartholomew, Woof, and do we establish whose pets are who in the beginning of this? Nope. I just got to deal with it, I guess. Arf gets a chance to run with sled dogs when he travels with Waldo and Wenda to wintry northern Yukon in Canada to deliver a birthday present, the magic key, to Wizard Blizzardbeard. When Lulu and Fritz steal Blizzardbeard's present, the Wanderers on a mad chase to get the birthday gift back from them. Wanderer key, the marshmallow key. Oh. Spoiler alert, I guess. The Wanderers head to Scotland, where Lulu is using the strength key to give her an advantage and cheating in the Highland games. Wenda competes while Waldo and Whitebeard try to get the key from Fritz. You get the strength key on this one. Oh, Yuri Lowenthal's in this one. Phenomenal. When Lulu and the Greek myth key to bring... Okay. When Lulu uses a Greek myth key to bring Greek myths to life so she can steal the Golden Fleece, the Wanderers... That's such a deep cut. The Wanderers embark on a legendary quest to restore order in modern Athens with the help of the mythic Jason of the Argo. You get the Greek myth key. Why is that a key? Who's making, where do these keys come from? I have so many questions right now that I hope are explained immediately through exposition in this series. The Wanderers head to Venice to get a new cookie jar where Odlulu aims to become Belle of the Masquerade Ball and steal the crystal glass key from the stained glass window to make her I'm sorry. Okay, let's run this one back. The Wanderers head to Venice to get a new cookie jar. Where Odlulu, why are you going to Venice to get a new cookie jar? That's such a weak reasoning for that. Where Odlulu, are they like well known for their cookie jars in Venice? Where Odlulu aims to become Belle of the Masquerade Ball. Like, Odlulu has a reason to be there, right? She's at a masquerade ball. Can they also just speak all the languages? Like, do people understand them speaking the language as if they were natives? Like, I'm so confused about how this all works. And steal the crystal glass key from the stained glass window to make her shoes. Okay, so she wants to become the Belle of the Masquerade Ball, but believes she needs to steal a crystal glass key from a stained glass window to make her glass shoes. Of course. Weird Al Yankovic is the wizard in this one. Phenomenal. They get the crystal glass key at the end of that one, I guess. What I'm learning is that Odlulu never wins in this. Waldo and Wenda head to Australia to return the borrowed boomerang key to a wizard named Lariat, while Odlulu and Fritz were plotting to steal a magic key. When a mother kangaroo hops away with Waldo's hat and Fritz... I like that Waldo's hat got top billing on that sentence there. When not the person Fritz, but rather the hat. The Wanderers and Odlulu must work together to find them in the Australian outback. Phenomenal. They get the boomerang key and the talk to animals key. Huge. Let's see. When Odlulu accidentally zaps Fritz with the mega monster key, which grows to monstrous size. Waldo and Wenda travel to a kaiju festival in Tokyo to team up with Koichi to stop Mega Fritz from eating all the noodles in the city. Oh no! They get the mega monster key after that. Wizard Whitebeard trains for months for a marathon in New York City when Odlulu schemes to win the race by slowing down all the runners, people, and vehicles. Waldo and Wenda use New York's various modes of transportation to save the marathon from Odlulu. They get the slow-mo key. Yellow. I'm sure you don't remember me, and that's fine, but I got a question for you. If your name was a toy, what would it look like? If my name was a toy, what would it look like? If my name were a toy, what would I look like? My name were a toy, what would it look like? Also, hello, Valenhart. Oh, you were making something. I can't remember what it was, if it was a book or a game you were making. I can't remember. But I think that's you, right, Truden? Valenhart? If my name... The first thing that came to mind were like building blocks, like the wooden ones from like the like Tetrisy blocks, wooden blocks like that you would play to build up. Not like Jenga, but like you know, Tetrisy in manners that were with like angles and stuff, so you could like hang them on each other to create things. Kind of. I don't remember what Lincoln Logs look like. Hold on, let me just pop that up. I'm terrified what might pop up if I look up Lincoln Logs. let's see. It's kind of, I'm thinking of a mixture of like these kinds of blocks, but like bulkier. Like, oh, I do not want to figure out what that's going to tell me. Kind of like this, but more angular. So you could like, you know what? There's a reason things like this are open in the background. Back over here. Something like, very Tetris-y in nature, right? I don't know why it was the first thing that came to my mind, but it definitely was the first thing to come to my mind. I keep trying to come up with a different shape, but they all look Tetris. Every single thing I think of. Where like you have a bunch of blocks, but also like the other things, and they would be like big and blocky. Not like Jenga size, but like those alphabet, like these alphabet looking ones, like how those are big. No, you're good. You're good, Valenheart. I hope you're doing well. Hope all's good. Hope your game is going well also. I can work with that. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. You're not sure. I'm just fascinated by the lore of Where's Waldo right now. So much so that I'm reading through all of the Where's Waldo 2009 TV series episodes because I didn't get a lot of information from the wiki aside from just descriptions of these shows or these episodes. So I'm reading through them to get some context. I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to figure out what shows me in it. Where's Waldo is really interesting, I won't lie. It's wild. The new series has nothing to do with any of the old lore, but the lore in Where's Waldo is fucking wild. It's crazy to me. But I feel like I also need to know the modern lore of Where's Waldo. Just for me personally, myself. Well, I was thinking PB, right? I was thinking of PB, and it's something I face a lot when I'm trying to figure out a new logo for the channel. And so the P, is just a line with a little thing added onto it. And B is the same thing, just inverted. So I was thinking of like something that like hooked into each other. And I thought blocks. Blocks was the first thing I got. No kidding. I got bored and found that too. I'm doing in particular because I'm in sometime in October, I want to play This Person Should Not Exist, which is a game that you play. It's a TTRPG, a solo TTRPG that you play using a Where's Waldo puzzle, the person search, and then you play a game surrounded by that. But there were certain things that I needed to learn more about. Okay. I just got a lot of messages and I wanted to make sure that wasn't anything important. Yeah, it's a solo artifact making a game of surveillance weird horror where you annotate and deface Where's Wally books to create an archive of evidence from an occult conspiracy and identify people of interest from each case involving the dangerous supernatural entity, the man who should not exist, who is Waldo, and his companion entities of power. But I haven't played Waldo in a really long time, since I was a kid, so I needed to get more context, especially because certain versions of this book don't have all the things involved in the game. So I just wanted to get more information. And then I fell down a rabbit hole because I found out that Waldo had a girlfriend, but then was never seen with that girlfriend again. Instead, we just see her identical twin, Wenda, with him after that point. Then I found out that Wally comes from a land of Waldos, and Wolf, not his dog, but the dog that he travels with, who apparently is always scared where he travels to. So like, I'm a little concerned about what that means, and why he brings Wolf constantly. Who Wolf also comes from a land of wolves. So like, I have a lot of questions about that. Jesus, that is way too far from the books that I got as a kid. Yeah. But all of that happens in the series of books. And then I went to go look at what happened in the show. And then it turns out that there's 2 shows. There's one from 1990 something, and then the other one from 2019. And I only read the stuff for that one book, or for that one series, and then I found out that there was one in 2019. And the one in 2019 has nothing to do with the lore of the show, the 1991 show, nor the books, which seem to follow pretty closely. I'm not 100% sure of the original creator of Where's Waldo was involved in the second series. I would feel like it's not, because it feels like it has nothing to do with Waldo, as opposed to the first version, which does. It's fucking wild. But now I'm reading through the 2019 episodes, in which they are children in a wanderer's program to become wizard wanderers, which will allow them to travel from everywhere. But they have to collect keys, I think, to become a wizard wanderer. And every episode they get a key. I'm assuming that's what it is. It's been a long time since I read the beginning of this. I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives from the beginning of this page. But we're on episode 16 when Captain Oddlulu, by the way, is Oddlaw. But they've been gender bent for the series. Oddlulu and first mate Fritz, which is one of her henchmen, steals the bubble key from Wizard Doubloon to raise a sunken pirate ship in the Bahamas in her quest for treasure. The Wanderers must take to the high seas to catch the bubble-wielding buccaneer before she makes off with the ship's booty and steals people's Johnny bread. The fuck is Johnny bread? And they get the bubble key at the end of it. The Wanderers travel to Antarctica to witness the annual march of the Emperor Penguins. It is really wild, but I do apologize. I have to go and ask a handful of others. Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for stopping by. Good luck with your game. I will too. You also stay hydrated. Bye. The Wanderers travel to Antarctica to witness the annual march of the Emperor Penguins, but a new ice castle accidentally blocks the Mother Penguin's path. And they have to find a way to enter the nesting grounds. When the leopard seals take over Oddlulu's ice castle and steal a magic key, the Wanderers Oddlulu and Fritz must work together to retrieve it and escape the Mother Penguins to safety. Yay! You get the ice castle key. It's fucking so dumb. After Whitebeard uses the grow key to make himself 40 feet taller, the key breaks. The Wanderers take the key to Wizard Fix-It in Moscow. While mending the key, Fix-It accidentally makes Waldo, Wenda, and herself 2 inches tall, then loses the key. Oh, it's Rachel Dratch as Fix-It? I love that. That's great. And they get the grow key at the end of it. The Wanderers head to Switzerland to get chocolate for Whitebeard's chocolate fondue fountain, but Oddlulu wants to create the largest chocolate sculpture in Sweden. So she uses the vacuum key to seal all chocolate in Switzerland and create a mountain of Oddlulu horn. Okay. Waldo and Wanda must take to the slopes to stop her plot and save Switzerland's chocolate before it all melts. Oh, Yuri Lowenthal's here again. And Terra Plot. Man, Terra Plot is a lot in this. They get the vacuum key at the end of it. And then the last episode of season 1, we get when the Wanderers discover the presents haven't been delivered last night, they go on a mission to wander back in time and save Christmas. Just meander into time, back in time. Waldo and Wenda find out that Odd Lulu accidentally ruined the holidays for everyone while trying to do good things in order to get off the naughty list. Oh, Odd Lulu. Odd Lulu and Fritz then team up with the Wanderers to fix the holiday tradition and help with Santa Claus delivering presents. They get the TikTok key at the end of that one. Okay, season 2. Waldo and Wenda go on a mission to return the borrowed Quick Bloom key to its owner, an Amazon-dwelling wizard named Vinebeard. But Fritz steals the magic key from Waldo and Odd Lulu, so she can use it for her lemonade stand. The Wanderers and their friend Apua have to get a key back from Odd Lulu. They get the Quick Bloom key. Waldo, Wenda, and Wizard Whitebeard follow a fellow wizard to take part in a big Bollywood dance number, but Odd Lulu uses the follow the leader key to zap everyone to follow her every move and plotting to destroy Wizard Odysseus' reputation. The Wanderers have to stop her plot and save Odysseus' movie before it's too late. Get the follow the leader key. You get Waldo and Wenda helps Wizard Dustybeard on his latest archaeology expedition to search for the lost Chamber of Magic Keys. Odd Lulu and Fritz is on its tail and steals the magic key from Waldo to obtain the Chamber of Magic Keys. The Wanderers have to navigate a hidden pyramid full of tricks and traps in order to get the key back from Odd Lulu before it's too late. And they get the riddle key at the end of that one. The Wanderers travel to Madagascar to get fresh vanilla for Wizard Flambe. Odd Lulu is already there using Bouncy Bounce Key to build an ice cream parlor up in a baobab tree. When Woof playfully takes a key and starts a game of Catch Me If You Can, they must stop him before he turns a whole island into one bouncy place. Bouncy Bounce Key. I'm sure they're going to find a way to make that Odd Lulu's fault too. Odd Lulu is plotting to obtain the Wind Key so she can use it as the world's greatest hairdryer, but the Wind Key is too powerful for her to handle. So Waldo, Wenda, and Wizardbeard head to Norway to locate the key before Odd Lulu can find it. Waldo and Wenda head to Bali and see shadow puppets of Wizard Shadowbeard's show, but Odd Lulu uses Shadow Puppet Key to unleash everyone's shadows and plotting to destroy Shadowbeard's reputation. When Shadow Odd Lulu and her mischievous shadow run off with a magic key, the Wanderers and Odd Lulu learn the only way to reattach the shadows is to touch them by retrieving the key. Yuri Lowenthal again. And Randall Park. You get the Shadow Puppet Key. When Woof goes into the magic suitcase after he is warned not to play with that, Waldo and Wenda use the old Wanderer trunk to launch an international search for their happy wandering puppy, while Odd Lulu, Fritz, and other Wanderers help them find Woof and retrieve the magic suitcase. Yo, let's go! Oh, Weird Al Yankovic is back. They get the Super Duper Snooper Key. When Odd Lulu and Fritz use the key in the stone to summon a medieval castle in the middle of modern-day England, the Wanderers must stop King Fritz and his knights from stealing people's food! Oh no! In London before they turn this location upside down! They get the key in the stone key. When Odd Lulu uses the Become an Animal key, transformed herself to search for treasure, but she accidentally disrupts the animal population in the Galapagos Island, not the Galapagos. Waldo, Wenda, Edmund, and Hillary must protect the baby turtles before she causes trouble on them. Oh no. Odd Lulu wants her own quinceañera, the traditional Mexican celebration of a birthday, but her grow-up key backfires and turns her into a toddler. Waldo and Wenda tried to get Odd Lulu back to her normal age. Get the grow-up key. After Oddlulu and Fritz steal the fossil collection by using the Dino Key to revive the dinosaurs as ultimate pets, the Wanderers help Wizard Amber use their dino knowledge to wrangle these prehistoric animals when the scary Tarbosaurus attacks through the desert and chases Waldo. It is up to Wenda and Amber to save the day. Oh, Nicole Bloom as Wizard Amber. They get the Dino Key. When a Yeti is spotted chasing away all the locals, the Wanderers investigate only to find out that it is one of Oddlulu's plots. They must work with Wizard Rockybeard to stop Oddlulu and Yeti Fritz from trying to steal his secret cave of keys. Wanderer Key? Furball. Oh, and they get with Yuri Lowenthal again. Yuri Lowenthal is working. It's Halloween time, and the Wanderers get a mysterious invitation to Wales, where Dr. Oddlulu chooses the haunted castle and use the haunted house key to bring the decorations alive to scare them. When Dracula steals the magic key to bring his monster crew alive, the Wanderers, Oddlulu, Fritz, and have to work together and save Wales. And they get the haunted house key. The Wanderers visit Blizzardbeard for the Wanderers Ice Hockey Tournament. When Oddlulu uses the invisibility key on herself and Fritz to become invisible and cheat in ice hockey, Waldo and Wenda pursue invisible Oddlulu to stop her plot and retrieve the magic key. They get the invisible key. Waldo, Wenda, and Wizardbeard, Wizard Whitebeard head to Argentina and visit a fellow wizard named Melodia. When Oddlulu steals the guitar key from Wizard Melodia to be the best guitar player, the Wanderers have to get the key back from her before she wins the Battle of the Bands. You get the guitar key. Also, another Yuri Lowenthal. When Oddlulu steals Hans Christian Andersen's storybook by using the fairy tale key to pull fairy tale characters from their stories into real world Copenhagen, Waldo and Wenda head to Denmark to return the characters where they belong. When the evil Snow Queen traps Oddlulu and steals the magic key, the Wanderers and Fritz have to rescue her and save his friendship with Oddlulu. Get the fairy tale key. Then Wanderers head to New Zealand and help Wizard Corriedale find a way to lead the flock of lost sheep back where they belong, while Oddlulu uses a magnet key to enter Fritz in a sheep herding competition and cheating to win the trophy. When the magic key loses control of the sheep, the Wanderers, Oddlulu, and Fritz have to work together to save the whole of New Zealand by retrieving the key, magnet key. When Oddlulu uses a Wake a Troll key to bring two mythical creatures to life and orders them to steal things she likes, Waldo and Wanda head to Iceland to use their wits and Icelandic troll knowledge to turn, which is common knowledge, I'm sure, to turn the creatures back to rock. When Helga and Oliver refuses to get along and the magic key backfires, the Wanderers and Oddlulu have to save Iceland and get the two sibling trolls back together so they can get along and retrieve a key from them. Have to get Wake a Troll key. Waldo and Wenda head to WWS, which is the Wizard Wanderer Society, I believe is what it stands for. Great Magic Key Vault to find Whitebeard a key for his birthday. After Oddlulu and Fritz steal the Great Magic Key Vault of Keys, the Wanderers must round up all the keys and stop her plot in time for Whitebeard's surprise party. And you get the Harry Winkler as the Wizard Longbeard. Great Magic Key Vault of Keys. That's quite a name. And then the final episode that aired in July 3rd, 2021 is Waldo, Wenda, and Wizard Whitebeard return to Japan for the big Wanderer gymnastics competition after Oddlulu and Fritz use the Flippity key to become an ace gymnast. The Wanderers on a mad chase to stop her, and Fritz before they cheat to win a gold medal, and then Octopi steal the key. I hope it's an actual octopus and not, I guess. Wanderer key, they get the Flippity key, and that's the end. That's how it ends. That's wild. It has nothing to do with what we read before. But that's Oddlaw, Wadlulu. Okay, so Oddlulu, Wally and Wenda's arch nemesis, a villainous preteen female anti-wanderer who's a gender-bent version of Oddlaw and despises the Wanderers in the new series. She is planning on she's plotting on obtaining the Wanderer's keys and take control of the world. Oh! She sometimes helps out Wally and Wenda for their quest and turn everything back to normal after causing chaos in certain locations. She sports a yellow baseball cap with black stripes and glasses with angular black frames and shoulder-length black hair with a yellow streak. She wears a long-sleeved black and yellow top and yellow skirt, knee-high black socks with white cuffs, and blue shoes. Fritz, a hungry ferret who is Oddlulu's henchman and appeared in the new series, he mostly helps Oddlulu with her plot, such as obtaining Wanderer keys and defeating Wanderers. He's sometimes distracted by different kinds of food from around the world. In a few episodes, he helps Oddlulu steal the Wanderer key from the Wanderers, mostly Wally, so she can use it for her own needs. I see. Okay, so as of 2024, there are 7 primary Wally books. Okay, this is important. The books were released both in hardcover for the original books and subsequently in paperback. Each contains around a dozen scenes with Wally hidden in them. Each book has additional hidden objects and or characters hidden in each scene specific to the book. Their books usually reserve telling the reader about some items to find until the end of the book so that the reader will have to go through the book again. Oh, the book can contain checklists for each scene of interesting things or people to find. So there's Where's Wally Now, Where's Wally the Fantastic Journey, or The Great Waldo Search, and then rename The Fantastic Journey. There's Where's Wally in Hollywood, Where's Wally the Wonder Book, Where's Wally the Great Picture Hunt, and Where's Wally the Incredible Paper Chase. There have been 3 rounds of revised editions in 1993 to coincide with the publication of In Hollywood. The first 3 books were reprinted with Wenda, Woof, and the Wally Watchers added to the original illustrations. The books were numbered on the cover. A pocket edition of the first book was also published, a tiny A6 format. Wally is even harder to spot when shrunk to this degree, and later printings included a free magnifying lens. I remember seeing these books in stores. In 1997, to coincide with the publication of the Wonder Books special 10th anniversary editions, of the first 4 books were published with a distinct silver border, I remember that, on their covers, and added later introduced characters and objects to look for in every scene, and also moved Wally to different locations from the original versions. These special editions appeared in both standard and pocket formats. In 2007, for the 20th anniversary of the first book, in 2007, for the 20th anniversary of the first book, that's wild, the special editions of 1997, The Great Picture Hunt, were re-released with a new cover into paperback format. The silver borders on the books were removed, and instead, the books were numbered in the top left-hand corner of the cover. Aside from the new numbering system, some of the front covers were also revised. Otherwise, for example, the now on the cover of Where's Wally Now was given a 2D effect, but was originally designed to look like a 3D shape. Oh, there's activity books that are the Ultimate Fun Book and the Magnificent Poster Book, where the extra lore happens. I see. I was very confused because I didn't see them in the list of the books, but this makes sense. In addition to the primary books, the other books have also been published in the Wally franchise. The first alternate format Wally book was the Ultimate Fun Book. In addition to standard Wall-E scenes, this paperback activity book featured other types of games and activities, as well as cardboard punch-outs of stickers. The Magnificent Poster Book, which was a large format book of posters including 5 scenes from past books and 6 new scenes, later included in the Great Picture Hunt. Okay, so you get Where's Wally, the Ultimate Fun Book, Where's Wally, which is an activity book, Where's Wally, the Magnificent Poster Book, which is a large book containing kind of posters. There's Where's Wally, the Dazzling Deep Sea Diver Sticker Book, which is a sticker book and play scene. Where's Wally, the Fabulous Flying Carpet Sticker Book, which is a sticker book and play scene. A Where's Wally Fun Fact Book, Plundering Pirates, an educational Where's Wally book with new scenes and facts. A Where's Wally Fun Fact Book, Fighting Knights, an educational Where's Wally book with new scenes and facts. Where's Wally 2008, a World Book Day book. Where's Wally, the Spectacular Poster Book, a larger book containing cut-out posters. Where's Wally, the Search for the Lost Things, 2012. Where's Wally, 25th Anniversary Annual. And several other activity books have also been published, featuring art from the Where's Wally comic strip, which is a few more books there. Okay. Oh, as of 2022, only the special editions of the original 5 books are still in print, as well as paperback 2007 reprint of The Great Picture Hunt, and the paperback 2010 reprint of The Incredible Paper Chase. These books now also have special extra searches inside, according to the front covers. Okay. So everything else is no longer in print. You'd have to find them elsewhere. Okay. Oh, apparently there's also a film. Oh, and a couple of video games. Nice. Okay, I fuck with that. All right. We've learned. We've spent a lot of time learning. I'm proud of us. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to start looking through I'm going to be looking through a lot of these books to kind of see like which ones the best one are, and if they include these entities of power. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Entities of power. No, yeah, it's the last page. These last entities of power, because apparently they don't come in everything. Now, we didn't really discuss, or the book didn't really ever discuss what the contaminated objects and people are. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's probably anybody in the red striped item, but I assume that's not always going to be feasible. I'm also now, okay, so things we're going to need, right? So the Where's Waldo book and the puzzles, right? If I can't find digital versions of those, I'll just buy the book and scan the pages and put them in. And then I need to figure out some program to be able to use for it. I'm not 1000% what I'm gonna use just yet, because there's some things I have to do like on. In particular, I'm thinking of one thing. I'm thinking about this prayer circle. This is something I'm going to have to. I mean, I guess I could come up with them beforehand and then just put them on the thing. It'll probably take long enough, right? Me looking for the items. I also have to think of something to do while looking for the items. I guess it's going to be a game for both of us at that point, though. Looking for Waldo and the entities of power. Because it is an activity to look for them. Look for Waldo in particular. Like, that is kind of the game, like, of Where's Waldo. So it's not made to be easy to find Waldo. And then the game would be less about the prayers and more about the annotations, which I think is kind of the deal. There's also the addendum of kill signs to also do. So I guess maybe I could, I mean, I guess when it comes down to it a little bit later, when we're doing a little bit more prep for this game, I'll ask again if we should do the prayers beforehand, and then I could just have those prepped to place on the image when we get there. Because I'm imagining having like several items already on the side so I can take them and put them on the image of the I'm gonna lose my mind. Put it on the image of the actual puzzle itself. Hold on. I am just checking something really quickly. Okay. Was it anything important? Okay, so I think that's what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be looking at the it might be that. I don't know. I'm still not certain. Cause like the thing is that since I don't know how to write prayers or like what a prayer exactly entails, it might be kind of funny watching me try and write them, but maybe that's not the point. Maybe the point is more I feel like I think I'm gonna have to run one of these. I'm gonna have to find like some Waldo page that I'm not gonna run myself to get it, because I need to also gauge how long it's going to take. Because in my mind, I was doing one of these for the game, right? But it's becoming apparent to me that maybe I have to do 12 of these. And if I do all 12 of these, then I'm not certain that is plausible. Because I also have to take into account how frustrating it is to look for something, both for me and the viewer. Again, I haven't played one of these in a long time, so like I don't remember how difficult it is to find Waldo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to run one of these myself. I think I'm gonna have to do that because I simply don't know how long this is gonna take. In my mind, it was only gonna take me. In my mind, this was gonna take me. I was only gonna do one because I thought that the game would be a little bit more in depth. And now I don't know. Because now I'm thinking, do I run all 12? But I don't think I can do 12 in like a feasible amount of time in 4 or 5 hours and still like have the juice to be entertaining. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to playtest this one and see how it goes. And that'll also give me an idea of how long it takes to write everything. Because most of the game feels like it's in the case files. Hey, other dog! Thank you so much for the raid. Give me one quick second. I was about to take a drink of water. Oh my god, that was really cold, or I'm really hot, or both. Hello, 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 hello. I hope you are doing well. Welcome in, Raiders. I am PB from at PB Plays Inside, which are here. And I use she, they pronouns. And today we're doing some game prep. At the very, very bare beginning, we are reading through and discussing This Person Should Not Exist by Speak the Sky. And we have just finished a deep dive on the Wikipedia about the Where's Waldo books. the lore in that, the lore in the 19 something 1990 something show of Where's Waldo, which had 1 season. And then I went on to read the episode descriptions of all 40 episodes of the 2019 reboot of it, which is completely and utterly out of left field from what the series is. Or maybe it's not, because the lore of this is fucking wild, bro. I saw you were looking at the game and had to come over. That game is bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. But after reading the lore of Where's Waldo, I understand probably where this game came from. Like how this game came to be. Let me give you a little bit of idea of how just through the characters' descriptions, right? So we have Wally, right? Whose name is localized for certain international editions. So it's Waldo in North America and Sweden. And over time, more characters were added in each scene, right? So Wally, main character, Waldo. Then there's Wilma, who appears in the Ultimate Fun book, which is not one of the main 7 books, but it is one of the side books. Wilma is Wally's girlfriend who first appeared in the Ultimate Fun book and was replaced by her identical twin sister, Wenda, after they appeared together in the Where's Wally the Magnificent Poster book, which is another Where's Waldo book, but has posters in it. And I believe it's bigger. So not one of the main 7, one of the offshoots, but did come after the Ultimate Fun book. And so we have Wenda, a friend of Wally, who replaced her twin sister Wilma for In Hollywood. Although she previously appeared alongside Wilma in the Magnificent Poster book. What happened to Wilma? Justice for Wilma. We also learned more about Outlaw, Wally's arch enemy, who made his print debut in the Magnificent Poster book along with Wilma and Wenda. He appears nearly the same as Wally, except his clothes are yellow and black striped instead of red and white. His glasses have a blue tint to them, and he has a mustache. He also has a British accent in the television series. Although it is told that his bad deeds are many, he is not depicted in the books doing anything particularly nasty, but in the television series, he is frequently seen attempting to steal Wally's walking magic stick. His name is Outlaw, a simple reversal of Waldo from the American editions, although he is still called Outlaw in the United Kingdom as well. Woof, Wally's dog, first appeared in the Ultimate Fun book. Remember, Ultimate Fun book is where... yes. Wilma first appeared in the Ultimate Fun book also. So keep that one in mind, right? Because Wally's dog, Woof, just keep that in mind. First appeared in the Ultimate Fun book where he was identified as Wenda's dog, in which his tail can be found, with the exception of the final page of Where's Wally the Wonder book, which is another activity book, which depicts all of Woof and 6 activity books released between 1993 and 1995, starting in the truly terrific activity book where Woof shows himself to the reader. And in the 2019 TV series, Woof returned in the episode A Wanderer's Christmas and the 2nd season. What the hell? What do you mean? Woof was Wenda's dog. But also, keep that one in mind that here it says it's Wenda's dog, because it's not elsewhere, right? So, we also have, no, the rest of these guys are in other series, but we do have Wizard Whitebeard, who is first seen in The Fantastic Journey, another book. His signature is his exceptionally long beard, which is often the key to finding him. In his first appearance, he was responsible for sending Wally on the quest to discover the truth about himself, and he has tagged along on Wally's travels ever since. His appearance in the Ultimate Fun book, however, is the only one seen in Old Friends, and his presence is unmentioned in the book, and acts as one of the background characters. which is fucking wild, right? So Where's Waldo, the series that came out in 1991, between September 14th and December 14th in 1991, we learned more about it, right? So in this cartoon, which went beyond the book's original concept, giving the characters depth and giving reason for their adventures, we have Wally / Waldo and his dog Woof travel to distant lands, solving mysteries and lending a helping hand wherever they could. With the help of his magic walking stick, Wally Waldo could travel through space and time or travel to far off magical lands, often sent by Wizard Whitebeard to help solve a puzzle or mysteries. Where's Waldo was half an hour of clues and riddles. The evil Waldo lookalike Oddlaw was the show's villain, constantly plotting to steal Waldo's magic stick. In each episode, Oddlaw would team up with the other villains from far off lands to help get the magic stick, while Waldo and Wolf teamed up with other lands' good guys to help with their problems. Waldo stayed true. Oh, that you don't need to know that. Which is wild. Let me read what you had to say. Isn't the idea that Waldo is some kind of eldritch being? I'm thinking that maybe in the original game, in the original books, he is also an eldritch being. Let me fucking tell you. This is straight from the Wikipedia page of Waldo, of the Waldo series. Hold on. I forgot I still had the PDF up. So, Wally Waldo, in the TV series, in the 1991 TV series, Where's Waldo? Where's his signature shit? And he travels all over the world through time and to distant magical lands. And Waldo is not the only one like him. He comes from a land of Waldos, which is a land filled with Waldos just like him. And then we're just going to glance past that. Because Waldo is always ready for an adventure with his walking stick in hand and trusty dog Woof by his side. Not that fucking trusty. He's a two-timing bitch. Fucking Woof out here. His favorite hobbies are reading and collecting things from his many travels. The character's age is unknown. His height is described as tallish and weight as lightish. Wally is very good-natured and has an optimistic attitude, often being seen with a smile on his face. Waldo was first seen in 1987 in the book, and his appearance has only changed slightly. So Woof is Wally's dog and good friend. However, Woof originally belonged to Wilma, not Wenda. Wilma, Wally's girlfriend, that was replaced with Wenda, who's apparently his best friend, and apparently also the owner of Woof. Look, all I'm saying. But over the years became Waldo's dog. Like, what does that mean over the years it became Waldo's dog? Woof comes from the land of wolves, which also is wildly concerning. Because why does Wilma have a dog, has a wolf dog from the land of wolves? Where does Wilma come from? And how does Wally know Wilma if he comes from a land of Wallies? Like his owner, Woof sports a red and white bobbled hat, glasses, and a red and white striped suit. Woof sets off with Waldo on his travels with his bone, but always seems to lose it. Woof is shy and easily scared. He gets so scared at many of the places he travels to that he hides, leaving only his tail showing. I want you to know that that's also wildly concerning. Why is Woof constantly hiding? Is he being forced to go to these places? Hound of Tindaloos. Look, I'm saying, what are we doing here? What is happening here? Wizard Whitebeard, the magical, fun-loving, humorous Wizard Whitebeard, who, by the way, here it says voiced by Brad Garrett, impersonating Rodney Dangerfield, which is a wild footnote here. The magical, fun-loving, humorous Wizard Whitebeard often visits Waldo with one of his many magical scrolls. So we know that Wizard Whitebeard can travel using his magical scrolls, but he does keep losing it. right? Magic or wizard Whitebeard is recognizable by his long beard, red robe, blue hat, bare feet, and carries a striped staff with him like Wally does with his walking stick. Wizard Whitebeard is the one with the magic that allows Waldo and his friends to travel to all the magical and far off lands. While there are rumors stating that he is the father of Wenda and therein for the father of Wilma, these have not been confirmed and are not considered canon. Why are there rumors that he's the father of Wenda? Do they look similar? I have so many questions. Wizard Whitebeard first appeared in 1989 in the Fantastic Journey. Then we also have Oddlaw, because then I was curious, if Oddlaw is anti-Waldo, then what is Waldo in this series? Well, Oddlaw, because if there is a land of Waldos, it would stand to reason that there is a land of Oddlaws, right? So Oddlaw is a villain of Where's Waldo series. He is mean, nasty, loathsome, and disgusting, in quotation marks. Don't know who says that, but someone does not like Oddlaw. His number of good deeds are few, and all he cares about are getting his hands on Waldo's magic walking stick. His wardrobe includes black and yellow striped shirt, black jeans, boots, dark glasses, yellow and black bobbled hat, and a slick mustache. Oddlaw seems to be something of an evil twin to Waldo, and it is later confirmed by the revelation that he comes from Oddlaw Swamp, where hundreds of other Oddlaws live, which is a parallel to the land of Waldos. So there is the land of Waldos and then the Oddlaw Swamp. Oddlaw can be really clumsy, and so he always ends up getting hurt. So there is a land of Waldos and with a bunch of Waldos, and then Oddlaw Swamp with a bunch of Oddlaws. I want to know if all the Waldos are able to leave with a magic walking stick, or if Wizard Whitebeard ended up somehow in the land of Waldos and just chose one at random and just goes for it. You know, like, I have a lot of questions. I also am suspecting that maybe, just maybe, the land of Waldos is a hive mind planet, and that it does not matter which Waldo you pick, because they all know all the same things. They've lived the same life. And I does any of this get into Cameron San Diego fan crossover lore? No, but the 2019 series of Where's Wally is surprisingly similar to Where in the World is Cameron San Diego, because that's all about the 2019 series is all about the Wizards. I think it's a Wizards Wanderer Society, because in that series, instead of going on fun adventures looking for stuff and solving puzzles and riddles and such, instead you were a junior, like, you're a low tier wanderer in the Wanderer Society. You were a child also, or they're children in that one, and they are trying to become a wizard level wanderer, so they can do more fun stuff. And so the way you do that is by collecting keys, and each of these keys has special properties to it, such as being able to make time go slow, make you super big, make you super strong. There's some more silly ones, like the marshmallow key. There's also the great key that holds the vault of all the other keys. So they go on adventures to different locations. Each place is somewhere new. And they go through some hijinks with Odd Lulu, which is the Oddlaw of that world, but gender-bent, so they called her Odd Lulu. And Odd Lulu and her ferret, a friend, Frisk, something like that, go and just try to be menaces, really, to society in a very particular manner. And they're constantly trying to steal the magic keys or use the magic keys to do various things. So it's up to the WWS, the Wizard Wandering Society, aka really just Wally and Wenda. No Wilma, by the way, in this series. Only Wenda. Wolf is also not a prominent feature in the show. I just read it. I read through every single entry on the Wikipedia page. That's all I know about it. And anything that's on the Wikipedia I've read for the most part. And they go off getting these keys, trying not to get these keys stolen or trying to deliver these keys somewhere. And that felt very, very Cameron Sandiego coded. No Cameron Sandiego in the actual show as I read, but I would not be surprised if there was some sort of cameo on there, because or like some like hidden cameo, because it's reading a lot like Cameron Sandiego. Then finally we have Wenda, Waldo's best friend. I'm sure she is. The character is the one who takes the pictures, which is very ominous after what I've read for This Person Should Not Exist. According to the intro of the Wonder Book, she always loses her camera. And she dresses just like Waldo. So I'm concerned as to what happened to Wilma. Or yeah, I'm concerned about what happened to Wilma. But this gives me a lot of like stuff to work with when it comes to the series. So this game is This Person Should Not Exist. It's a solo one-player artifact making game of surveillance weird horror by Speak the Sky. If you guys are interested in looking at it yourself, This Person Should Not Exist. They have it on their itch.io for pay what you want. And it's 5 pages. So it's realistically it's 4 pages, since the first page is the title, and like there's a version of it that you can fold up and make like a little booklet also. So a lot of fun things you can do with this book. But there are 12 case files, and almost every main series Where's Wally book has 12 2-page spreads. So each case corresponds to one of those spreads. Depending on which book you have when it was printed, it may not include all the people and objects to search for. So double check the numbers and content before you begin to play. So they have more information about that on their itch.io that I have linked in the chat. They suggest you start, or I mean, what you're gonna need is a Where's Wally book, Where's Waldo book, ideally with 12 spreads, a thick marker pen that won't wipe off the book's pages for direct annotation, 48 sticky labels big enough to write medium length sentences on, and an ordinary pen/pencil for writing on the labels. I'm probably going to do this all digitally, so that's not the biggest of deals for me. So the mission is you are an analyst for a secretive organization engaged in the detection, study, containment, and destruction of occult threats to humanity. Big SCP energy. The SCP Foundation energy. You have been assigned to the case of the man who should not exist, a person-shaped entity that we believe is conducting rituals in service of a greater being of terrible power. They use or are assisted by a number of entities of power that may have their own goals or purposes independent of the man who should not exist. Wonder if any of these characters travel to the back rooms? That's what I'm saying. Oh, let me do this so it's a little bit more legible. Your task is to review and annotate key images from this case, photographs or video stills taken moments before critical events, as represented by spreads from a Where's Wally book. The scenes from the book will provide inspiration for your actions and answers. You will be instructed to add labels, notes, and drawings to the case files. As such, you are advised either to play this game only once or to make copies of the pages of your book for personal use and alter those instead. So you start off looking for Waldo. So threat location, step 1. Place a label over the existing text on the image. I've learned that apparently there's like a little description on each of the puzzles, so they want you to put a little label on top of that. And instead copy the case file notes, which are found at the end of this this packet. And we have to locate the man who should not exist, aka Waldo. You circle him, and then you write a prayer or your best equivalent around the circle. Once used, a prayer is sapped. Each prayer must be different. Note, it is mostly safe to look directly at him here because the image you see is not his true form. So as you see over here in this figure, we have Waldo, we've circled him, and then there is a prayer that I've been told is an actual Christian prayer around him. So that is how you do that. First step, find Waldo, contain Waldo. Step 2 is the EOP triangulation, which I find to be one of the more interesting things. Mostly, I think, because I didn't know any of these items existed in all of the... I didn't realize there was a secondary objective in Where's Waldo books to find these items. So next, locate the 9 entities of power, otherwise known as the EOPs. Circle them. Each time you locate 3 EOPs, draw lines between them to form a triangle with the EOPs at the corners. See figure 2. You should end step 2 with 3 separate but potentially overlapping triangles. So you have to find the secondary objectives, but every time you find 3, you circle them and then you create a little triangle like we see over here in figure 2 next to the highlighted text. And the very last page of this little booklet is the EOPs and what they are. Step 3, we have POI annotation. So each case file concerns a type of person of interest, POIs. Each triangle contains 1 person of interest. Consult the case file notes, locate each person of interest, and apply a label nearby. Annotate with a code name and answer the case file's question for that POI. Include 1 EOP from the triangle in the answer. So like over here in figure 3, we have the 3 objects, we have the person of interest in the middle, and then we have a little label here talking about that person of interest. Oh my god, Nightbot? Look at you coming back from your union break. Well, Nightbot said it, so everyone make sure to stay hydrated. Oh man, I've been talking a lot. That's hidden different. Then we have the addendum rule, which is kill signs. The man who should not exist contaminates places, objects, and people. Mark contamination with kill signs. In human cases, obscure the head or face, see figure 4. Otherwise, draw a rectangular kill zone border, see figure 5, around the unsafe area. Collateral damage is an unfortunately common necessity. There is nothing to be done. Do your job. So over here, we see a child in a red striped jumper is contaminated, and the child in blue striped jumper is safe. So I figure what they mean by contamination is that they are wearing that Waldo signature red and white striped something. That's the thing that's going on. Terrifying, by the way, because I know that in some things there's a shit ton of people wearing something very similar to Waldo. Then we have our case files. So we have 12 case files as told to us at the beginning of the game. And they're really short, right? So case file 1, the first known sighting, the founders of our institution. What tragedy did each one suffer soon after, pre-configured by nearby events here? Then mass casualty event number 1. Witnesses who survived direct visual exposure to the man who should not exist. What unique methods do we use to ensure each one remains medically stable? Ritual observation 3. Unwitting human accomplices of the man who should not exist. What unusual but harmless action did they believe they were taking during the ritual? Again, this question is attached to the people that we triangulate in between the EOPs, the entities of power. And we're getting who they are, right? So witnesses who survive direct visual exposure with the MWSNE, that is the person stuck in triangulated between the EOPs. So we choose someone from that, and then we ask ourselves the question of what unique methods do we use to ensure each one remains medically stable, and it applies to all 3 of those people inside the triangulation. Then for mass casualty event number 2, witnesses who would later attempt to breach our veil of secrecy around the MWSNE. How did we finally silence each one? And so on and so forth until we reach the very last one. Then we have notes on the entities of power. Codename Eigen Grau. Plagued by and infatuated with the MWSNE. And if you guys remember, tinted glasses, the mustache, I do fear that this is Oddlaw. I fear that this may be always Oddlaw. Then codename Methuselah, immortal scientist, works by alien ethics. Striped cane, bobbled hat. I believe, not bobbled hat, little hat. I believe this is the wizard. I believe these items are going to be on people or somewhere. I'm unsure how these are going to manifest in the game. If people are holding them, if people are wearing them, if they're found just like this somewhere. But that is a couple of the things that now that I've read through the lore, I'm starting to get some of this, right? Then we have Mirror Mind, uses imperfect imitation to torture enemies. What does that mean? That's terrifying. Then we have the Red Scarf, what I'm assuming is a scarf. Codename Weeper, induces visions of tragedy, waits for its master. Ooh. And then we have, so those are all code names for the first four. Then these are just called the thing, right? So the first broken bone, marrow grants ancient wisdom and hatred. Talk about a monkey's paw there. The bleakest eye sees invisible nightmare colossi in our reality, terrifying. The skeleton key unlocks the prison embedded in the cosmos' skull, horrifying. The brute auger, made of Hammurabi's brain, highly radioactive. Then we have the Library of Sin, a full record of every possible and actual active evil. And this little scroll, wizard scroll, I bet you. So, and like the camera, which is Wenda's camera. Oh. And like the bone is obviously Wolf's bone. Like, what do we mean? And when you eat it, you get ancient wisdom and hatred. So like, ooh. But that is the entire book. That's the entire game. So what I'm now thinking of is how I'm gonna run the game. And realizing that as you guys came in, I was realizing that hold on. I was realizing that I have to playtest this game because I don't know how long it's going to take. I just simply do not know how long it's going to take. So I'm gonna look through the books and decide which one I'll get and what my options are. Because if there's a digital version, I would prefer to go for that one. Just so I can get the a clean image. But I can always scan the or like take a picture of, which is what people ask you to do nowadays. Isn't that crazy how like I never get asked to scan anything. I had to do a lot of, oh my god, so much paperwork for some health insurance this year. And whenever they wanted any of my documents, there was one particular thing I had to sign up for or like apply for, and it was they sent me like a literal packet of things to ask me, all things that did not apply to me. I actually had to call and be like, hey, none of these apply to me. What do I do? Like, you want me to give you this, but like none of these apply to me. I have none of these that are applicable to me. And they were like, just fill them out until they ask you, and for like how many you have, and just say no. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, yeah, and then just take a picture of them and put them in the app. I was like, what? These are like important documents where you wanted my important information. You want me to take a picture of it and send it to you? That's wild. But like everything's like that now. It's crazy to me. But yeah, if not, I'll just scan it and put it into on my computer, and I'll clean it up a little bit, like fix the seams as much as I can. Without looking too hard into it, because I don't want to find Waldo. like, ideally there's a digital version. I doubt there's a digital version, but it would be cool if there was. But yeah, I have to find the book I'm gonna use, and then I'm going to get a find other images for a different book and use one of those to play and see how that goes for me. As in, how long is it going to take me to find Waldo? Ideally I'm going to find like one of the final puzzles, because I have to imagine that they get more difficult to find as you progress through the book. But maybe that's just me. Maybe they didn't think that far into it. Maybe it's just gamer brain that's thinking that. But I'll do one of the last one so I can get an idea of how long it's going to take me to find Waldo. And then then how long it's going to take me to find the entities of power. Because the actual game part of this, I don't think it's going to take me that long. I do believe that, like, the writing the labels, answering the questions, and stuff like that, I don't think that's going to take me very long. Finding Waldo and finding the entities of power, now that is something I think it's going to take me a long time. So IDK my BFF Jill. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's just like how I'm thinking about the prayers. I'm halfway between doing them beforehand, like writing a bunch of prayers, coming up with a bunch of prayers beforehand, and then just having them as images that I can put over the Waldos once I find them. Because I still don't know exactly either how I'm going to do it, what program I'm going to use to like maneuver everything around. I've gotten a couple of suggestions, but I'll definitely, next stream I talk about the Waldo game, I'm definitely going to be trying to figure that out, because oh boy, it's gonna be a little bit. I'm giving myself a ton of time to get this all figured out. I'm giving myself until October. I want to do this as an October game because it is kind of creepy. And this way I am also giving myself time to I'm also giving myself time to like do any other games, game prep other games. Woe betide those who go looking for Waldo, lest Waldo find you. Exactly. So I'm thinking of doing that before just so I can have them, because I have to do it in a circle, and circular text is not supported in many programs. But I can do it because it is supported in, you know, picture stuff. So I am like photo editing and stuff like that. So it might just be easier if I do that ultimately, but I'll find out. I'll figure it out. But that is our first game prep sesh for Where's Waldo. We learned a lot about the Waldo universe. I am looking forward to figuring out to coming up with a reason why Wilma is no longer in the picture, and why Waldo stole her dog, and then why they pretended it was Wenda who did everything, and why Wenda dresses just like Waldo. Part of me wants to go find this book where Wilma was, this one instance where she was shown and then never shown again. I think it would be fun to have two twin sisters in the game, but like both dress a little bit different. I don't know. That's just me though. Next stream, hopefully it's tomorrow. Yes. tomorrow there should be a stream. I don't know if it's going to be another game prep stream or if I'm going to need some time between now and the next game prep stream. But tomorrow we'll be doing something or other. We'll be having some fun tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Prax. As soon as I remember how to raid someone, we're going over there. Let's see, is it raid? It is. Raid Prax Agora Thesmophoria. I'm nervous I misspelled that. I'm just gonna go to her stream and grab the link real quick, and don't mind me. Okay, I did spell it correctly for the record. I did spell it correctly. Yeah, tomorrow will be next stream. We're gonna be playing this game sometime in October. I haven't decided the date yet. And I'm also gonna play, I'm thinking of playing at least one other game. Because I don't think this Where's Waldo's game is gonna take a ton of prep. So I'm thinking of playing another spoopy game. But I'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, nights. Go say hi to Prax for us. If you're subbed, make sure to go use our raid emote. And just go say hello. They're playing some Dragon Age Inquisition, I believe. I think it is Prax and Pope World Build who are there, which is a ton of fun. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, nights. Don't forget to let's see. The problem is if Waldo has also been preparing. Ooh, spooky. Who knows? Maybe there's another Waldo horror game out there. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to be nice to each other. Don't forget to be compassionate. And we'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye. And we will be rating Prax. Remember to go say hi, hello. And I hope you guys are having a good one. Bye. And oh, Sarybot, that's so cute. I hope you have a great rest of your day too, Sarybot. And don't forget to stay hydrated and take care of yourself. That's what I was gonna say. Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you